Just me, but it seems like the real estate industry has changed dramatically in the past year, and not necessarily in a good way. In the past year, they say that 1 out of every 3 sales has been either a foreclosure or a short sale. And there's a lot of issues with short sales and foreclosures that I think as real estate professionals we need to come to grips with, because it's not business as usual. The one thing is, with short sales and foreclosures, the banks really are not good at getting back to us with answers. There's no real ground rules, there's no uniformity. It's kind of a wild, wild west out there, and nobody's really in charge, so we don't know what to expect. So, you make an offer, you put it in, you submit it, and then you wait. And at some point, your clients might get tired of waiting or find another property and want to move on. So what do you do with that offer? Well, if it's a foreclosure, if it's an REO and the bank has not signed off on it, the process is pretty easy. All you need to do is to send out a withdrawal. You're withdrawing your offer, an addendum, sign it up, have your buyer sign off on it, and saying we withdraw our offer. Again, because it's not a contract at that point, you can do that. Now, the other part is a little bit stickier with short sales. You always see the words in there saying, subject to bank approval. But that's pretty open-ended. I was talking to Becky the Bug Lady today, and she's offered some really good advice about what to do with short sales. In your offer, write in there that there's a very specific time frame, that it is subject to bank approval within 30 days or by a certain date or 45 days, or you need to have a specific out to protect your clients. If you don't have a specific date, if it's very open-ended, the seller's already signed off on it, so in that way it is a legally binding contract. It's just there's a contingency, or it's subject to the bank approval. That could take forever, and at that point you need to actually cancel your purchase agreement if you want to get out of it. Now, the seller may or may not. He's already underwater. He just wants the pain to go away. So he's not necessarily inclined to sign off on that. So I think Becky's got just some great advice as far as making sure on short sales that you set a specified time frame. And if you need to extend it, you can always extend it. That's not a problem, but it's just more compact and you're protecting your client's interest, that much better. Another issue with the short sales or bank, when the bank's involved in this, is the paying of commissions on seller contributions. Most sales seem to have seller contributions involved there, and most banks don't like to pay it. The problem comes in is that on the MLS, we're saying, or the other agent's saying, that we're paying a certain percentage of the sale price, not sale price, or the net price. MLS prohibits us from putting the words in there anymore, saying that seller will not pay commissions on the contribution. So you're kind of stuck on this one, and it can happen both ways, whether you're the listing agent or the buying agent. It's just an uncomfortable situation for everyone. So the only way you can get around this, if the bank refuses to pay, is to get it in writing. You've got to have the other company agree, or we have to agree in writing that we'll take a lesser contribution. And I've got no problem with doing that, but the broker is the only one who can do it. I mean, an agent is not allowed to do it because all the business belongs to the broker himself. But the other issue, thing you have to understand is that, especially if you're the listing agent and if you promote this to the other agent saying that you're going to take less money, they don't have to do it. The MLS rules are pretty specific, saying that your commission is based on the sale price. So it's a voluntary agreement if they want to take less money. So if you don't, it's just kind of the way it goes. And if the bank's not going to pay commission on it, someone's got to cover those costs because it is a voluntary arrangement. So short sales are going to be around for a long time, would be my guess. It's not going away anytime soon. And the better we get at understanding it and counseling our buyers and sellers as to the realities of the world, I think we can minimize some of the stress in there, and who needs more stress?